comes this October, Marlene's first.
Good morning, everybody. It's Kelly from LOCH BRIAR Knits, coming to you from a cloudy, sometimes sunny Nova Scotia, Canada, where I live with my husband and my dog Cedar, who's sacked out on the floor as usual. And it is episode 28, and today is the last day of March, which means spring has got to be somewhere around the corner. Please. We had more snowstorms, I think, in March than we did the entire winter. It was disgusting. And this always happens, so I don't know why I'm always shocked. I don't know. What can you do? Weather. Nova Scotia, Canada. It is what it is. It's really early because my husband decided to get up and go to the gym before we went to the summer house to start, or to finish, hopefully, putting all the IKEA furniture together. So I figured I'd get up and get ready, and I've only had like 1 cup of coffee, and I'm really still kind of sleepy. So today, what am I drinking? I should have brought down coffee. So this is a knitting podcast. We're going to talk about what I'm drinking. I'm drinking, we got this free sample with we do Chef's Plate. I'm going to set this down because it's really hot. We do Chef's Plate, which is this service that delivers you, I don't know, 2, 3, or 4. We eat 2 meals a week with it. And what they do is they give you all of the ingredients and then the recipe, and it takes like maybe 20 to 30 minutes to put together. The meals are fantastic. They're stuff we would have never made by ourselves, but they are so good. Anyway, neither here nor there, because, you know, knitting podcast. But in it was this sample, 2 samples of tea, and it's like, I don't know if I can show this without spilling it, but it's like pure leaf. And it's green tea with jasmine. I don't like green tea. I find it really tasteless. But I thought, I'll give it a try. Maybe the jasmine will give it a little kick. I like my teas to give me a kick. I like them to punch me in the face. Kind of a kick. Like, whoa, yeah. I like ginger and like really zesty lemon. And yeah, I do. So let's try it without burning my tongue. Yeah, it's all right. It's still kind of, I don't know, just green tea has no taste to me, and the jasmine adds a little bit of flavor, but I can't see me running out to buy a box of it. Anyway, whew, that's hot. And that's my review of the pure leaf green tea and jasmine. Anyway, what else to tell you? Thank you to all the new and returning viewers. Our membership is kind of really growing steadily, and all of the thumbs up and that you guys have been giving it have really kind of boosted the viewership. So that has been fantastic. Thank you very much. To all the new viewers, thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoy spending a little time with us and that you'll come back. And again, hit the thumbs up if you liked what you saw, and subscribe to get notified when the next episode is up. And this is episode 28. Did I say that one? I think I did. I think I actually said it this time. I've got this knot in the back of my neck because we spent all day yesterday kind of bent over assembling IKEA furniture. So I need a massage. Anyways, we'll talk about that in the little yakking session at the very end. What else? I got a little notes here because I realized I always forget stuff. So, where to find me? Here on the interwebs. Instagram, I'm Kelly L. Boyce, and I'll kind of do a little. It'll be in the doobly-doo down below, but I'll just do it across the screen here too. The Ravelry group is Loch BRIAR Knits, so go check that out and join up. We've got an Ask Me Anything thread in there, so if you want to ask me anything about knitting, projects I'm working on, life in general, my other life, I'm a published author. If you have any writing questions, go ahead, ask. Yeah, so that's about it. There's a finished object thread in there. If anybody has any finished objects that they've completed, I'd love to see them. It always is great to get new ideas to see what other people have been doing. And yeah, just introduce yourself, and we'll try to build the viewership and get some more things going, I think. Where else can you find me? My Etsy shop where I sell my hand-dyed yarns is Loch BRIAR Knits, and I have a Facebook page, Loch BRIAR Knits, and my username on Ravelry is Loch BRIAR. So, I think that's everything. Yeah. So we can get right into the nitty-gritty of the knitting business. And we are going to start off with my sweater. This won't take long. My poor sweater. I did work on it. I did. Oops, just totally. So this is in my Alice in Wonderland loop bag. Still have not found my other enamel pins. I haven't looked for them. So it's not like I looked and I just can't find them. I just literally, I don't know where I put them. So anyway, I'm doing the Puntilla Sweater by Joji Locatelli. I'm probably making noise here, so hang on. Ta-da! So this is what it will look like when I finish, only different colors. When I finish, I will finish. So, where is it? You'll find it. Here we are. So, as you can see, it's off the needles. Okay. So, last time, I had just sort of picked up the stitches here. And this ridge is actually supposed to be there. At first I thought, uh-oh, did I do something wrong? But apparently that's supposed to be there. And I actually went and looked at the picture just to be sure. So then I knit this part here. And this was the last thing I did. And then I had to put these stitches on hold. And then it says... And I gotta put my glasses on for this one because this is gonna require some reading. And I don't want to read, you know, the pattern because it's a paid pattern. But I did get stuck. You'll find that so shocking. So the part that I just did was the left front. So basically, I've knit the back. Oops. It's kind of hard to show it because things are sort of rolling. But, so this is the left front. Yeah, left hand, Kelly. So, this is the left front. And then, so now I have to do the right front. But here's the thing. It says to, starting at the neck edge, pick up my 46 stitches. So I'm thinking, where's my neck edge? Is it like here? And then I go down this way? Picking up the 46 stitches, and then like kind of this section here is going to be where the neck gets put in. I think I'm understanding that right, but I'm not sure. But that's what I'm going to go with. I am going to, I guess I have to do it on the wrong side. I'm going to kind of start here and pick up, because that would make sense, because this is sort of, this is where I picked up from the last time. so it would match. And I suppose what it could do, make sure I'm kind of picking it up at the right spot, maybe? Maybe? I don't know. This could be totally wrong. No, because that's too narrow a neck. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to start probably about here, I think, and then pick them up going this way. And I hope that's right. But I know then, like, once I get down to a certain part, this is so awkward to show, because it's kind of so floopy, that these two, see if this works, like this is going to be the shoulder seam, and then this is, oh, you know what, here, this is what I need to do, duh. Oh, Kelly just had a total brain defreeze. So yeah, so this will be kind of here. And then this is going to come down. And then these two are going to join. And then I think I just start knitting in the round. Right? If I'm completely wrong, I mean, I'm reading the pattern, but I think because I've never knit a sweater before, there's like some terminology and stuff in here that I'm just a little kind of like, what? I don't know. Anyway, here's the yarn I'm using. There we go. So this is 100% Baby Llama. It's super, super soft. So the kind of gray brown is my main color, and then the edging on the sleeves and the hem will be in that color. It's either a baby llama hair or a golden retriever hair. So I didn't make a whole lot of progress on that like I had planned because I kind of got stuck. And then when I got stuck, I just switched over and started knitting on my For Your Fade, which, so that's all there is about the sweater. I actually, that's going to be, I think, my main project for this week. I'm hoping to finish my For Your Fade this weekend, and then I'm just going to move on to that. That being said, there's also something in the queue that I'll talk about actually in a few minutes. So, I'll show you my For Your Fade. So this is my second For Your Fade. For anybody else that's watched the earlier episodes, you know I knit one for my sister before she went away to Iqaluit to work for 10 weeks. And now I have knit myself one. So I've used all Lichen and Lace yarns, and I'll just drop her website down here. I love her yarns. I have so many of her yarns. I think I have probably every colorway in one base or another. Okay, so make sure I'm turning the right way. Every time I put it back in the bag, which by the way is another one of my loop bags. Oh my god, I love these things. Okay, so I'm on the last color. So here's kind of, I wanted like really nice mild colors. So this, I'm afraid to just throw them back there and let them hang because I'm thinking stitches are going to fall off. And with my luck, that's what would happen. So anyway, Let's do it this way. There. So, my first color was pewter, so it's kind of like this nice semi-solid, sort of a medium gray, I guess you'd call that. And then I faded into her light gray, which is called Silver Fox. And I really liked how these just sort of like, I love the blend, like the nice light earthy colors. Well, the green's earthy. I don't know if we call gray. Would we call gray earthy? I don't know. But then, then we moved from silver gray into Lichen, and I really can't see what I'm doing here, so I am going to put my glasses back on. So if it glares, I'm sorry about that. So yeah, so this, I found these ones blended really nice. And the thing is that the Lichen, the lighter parts of it almost kind of match up with the Silver Fox. And in the gray part here, it had like light sections in it that matched the Silver Fox. And then the Silver Fox has some gray going through it, which sort of picks up the gray here. So everything really blended nicely. And I think I have, like, I've kind of been working on, the thing I love about the Free Your Fade is its total TV knitting. And for me, that's saying a lot, because if I watch TV and knit, I usually screw stuff up. And I will say, I probably have screwed up some of the lace work a little bit, just the eyelet parts, but not enough for it to be an issue. Like, I might have done a yarn over instead of the triple wrap, like a few of them. Whatever, that's not a big deal. And no one's going to notice when I've got it wrapped around my neck anyway, so whatever. So yeah, so I am almost done. So this green is actually looking pretty washed out here, but it's kind of a nice soft green. So this is what we got. I've got, I think I have maybe, I have to finish this section here. Then I think I have another eyelet row. And then I may have another section here, another eyelet row, and then just finish with the 2 garter rows. And it has a picot bind off, which takes forever. Picot bind offs, I love the look of them, but oh my god, they're so tedious. And it's like, once you start doing it, you've got to kind of commit to the timer. I do. I can't stop, or I forget, like, where was I? What was I doing? Anyway, this got most of my time since the last episode. Once I got stuck on the scarf and freaked out a little. Not the scarf, the sweater. The other reason I didn't work a whole lot on the sweater was that I find for the sweater, especially the part I'm in right now where there's wraps and turns and things like that, I have to kind of concentrate. So if there's people around in the house, or I'm being interrupted, or I really don't have the time to kind of finish the section that I'm on, and I'm worried I'm not going to be able to pick it up again and know where I'm at, because that's apparently a thing with me, then I won't work on it. So that's sort of what happened this week. So the other thing I worked on, is this it? I think this is it. Yeah, I think this is it. Yep. I started sock number 2 of my Yvie Knits self-striping sock in her day to night, or night to day, I think it's day to night, colorway. So these were originally going to be for me, and then I tried on the first sock and realized it was too big, so these are going to my sister. So I'm just on the heel part right now. I'm doing the Eye of Partridge, and I'm almost done that. So I may be able to finish this up. I took an extra long weekend. I took Thursday off, and then Friday was a stat holiday. What's today? Saturday and Sunday, and then I took Monday off as well. So I felt like a nice 5-day weekend, and 3 of those days are going to be assembling IKEA furniture. But there's some knitting in between that, and tomorrow I really want to kind of dedicate it to, no, not tomorrow, Monday. Because my husband didn't take the day off, so I've got kind of the day to myself, and I've decided that I just really want to concentrate on the sweater on Monday. So I'm going to try to get on that. Yeah, so I totally... Is there anything else I want to say about the sock? Other than, honestly, I'm so pissed off that I did the wrong size, and my sister's going to get these because I really love this self-striping. And I do actually have more of Yvie Knits self-striping sock yarn. So at least I know now when I do this one, because I did it on, I did it on my Addy Turbo Rockets, and I used a US, oops, it doesn't actually say, 2.25, so that'd be like probably a US 1? US 1? I don't know. Anyway, thereabouts. And I did 64 stitches because it seemed like a finer yarn to me, I think. And so I thought maybe I might need the 64 stitches instead of my usual 56, but turns out no. 56 would have done it. So my sister's getting another pair of socks. And yeah, these were done on my Addy Turbo Rockets, which I love these. I love these. I bought a pair for my mom the other day because she's learned how to do the magic loop. She's got it down now. She's not struggling anymore. So she said she really wants to. She was doing it all on DK yarn because she's not, she never really knits with fingering yarn. She always uses kind of the thicker yarns. But I had given her the Christmas socks that I had knit her, and she loved like how the stitches look because the fingering weight just makes such a nice, lovely, small stitch. So she wants to try it. So she had like the kind of the old sort of, a lot of the needles that we start off with, you know, when you're first learning how to knit. And I can't remember what the brand was, but they were kind of clunky and the tips were dull. And I said, let me get you a pair of the Addies. So I got her a pair of the Addies for kind of more of a DK weight sock for Christmas. And she was like, oh my God, what a difference. So when she said she wanted to do fingering weight, I was like, okay, wait, before you start, let me get you the proper needles. So I bought her another pair of Addies, and I put them in my backpack that I take to work every day because that's got my like writing stuff in it. And I thought, so I knew I would have that with me, and I thought if I have time on my way home from work one day, I can always like zip over because she's only 5 minutes from me and drop the needles off. But for some reason, at some point between when I bought them and now, I must have taken them out of my knapsack and put them somewhere else. And for the life of me, I cannot find them. But she was calling saying, asking for them. And I was like, I don't know where they are. So I had a pair of the same size with the longer cord, or cable cord, whatever, in my Knit Pro Zincs. So I gave her that pair and I said, just use these. I said, the Addies are around somewhere. I'll find them and then I'll bring them up to you. Or I'll buy her a pair. I have no idea. I have no idea. I've looked around for them. I'm doing spring cleaning this weekend too, so I'm hoping maybe that will help turn them up. And I did have a pair in my like box where I keep all of my needles, but I'm pretty sure that's mine. That the pair that I had in there were mine. And I don't want to give her mine because then if I need them, they're not there. So I don't know. I have to find them. I probably put them somewhere stupid that made sense at the time. And when I find them, I'm going to be like, I hate losing things. Oh, I hate losing things. It just drives me insane. Okay. Yeah, that tea's not getting any better tasting. I mean, it's okay. If you like green tea, it's like got a really nice mild jasmine-y flavor. So that is it for works in progress. That's all I've worked on in the last 2 weeks. That was exciting, wasn't it? Well, see ya. I had no hose, no foes, just kind of, yeah. That was it. So, in the queue. Here's what, hang on. So I showed you that I was going to start the Joji Locatelli's Suburban wrap. And I was going to use these 3 colors to do it. So that's still the plan. Oops. But I was also kind of doing a little stash diving. And I wanted to use up, oops, to find another 3 skein shawl and use these because I really like these colors together too. So this is Yvie Knits, and this is, what's the color on this one? Charcoal. It's actually, it's navy. Like it's navy. So whatever, but yeah, it's navy. That's not charcoal. But I love it. Like I love this color. Gray and navy, honestly, if I knit nothing else, I'd be happy. This is my Tusken Knits in her Bracken colorway. I absolutely love her yarn. I have 2. Where's my other one? It's in there somewhere. It's I don't know where. But I'm actually going to save my pennies and buy a sweater's quantity of her yarn. I absolutely love it. Like it's got, I don't know what she does to get like the colors. They always seem to have like a tint of, I don't even know the right word, rustic shading to it. That just, it's just stunning. Like I just absolutely love it. So this I want to do, like I just love those 2 colors together. And then I thought, oops, my skein's falling apart. This is another Lichen and Lace one, and this is actually my favorite colorway she does. It's called Shroom, for mushroom. So, I don't know if those are getting in the picture or not. So this is the, it's kind of got like the browns, and it's got some of the yellow that I think will blend really well with this. Oops, if I can get it. So, I don't know, and I'd like to find a shawl that uses up the majority of the skein. Because right now I have a lot of like leftover yarn from past projects. When I knit a pair of socks, I probably have at least 1/3 of the sock yarn from the ball left. So I've got like a lot of that stashed away. And I know I was thinking about doing a granny stripe blanket. And I may still, I don't know. I'm not a crocheter, and I prefer the look of the knit stitch over the crochet stitch. But everybody keeps saying how like they find it very therapeutic or whatever doing, just like doing the granny stripe. And I was like, well, but, or I could just knit a scrappy like garter throw or something. I don't know. You know what? I just remembered. I did work on another project. I was working on my husband's scarf that I got him for Christmas. And I'm probably at about this long. So I'm doing it kind of in like cinder blocks. So it's like stocking, it's got the garter rows on each side, and then it's got stocking stitch in the middle, stocking knit stitch in the middle, and then that's separated by little like garter rows, so it looks like cinder blocks. And I found the pattern. I didn't find the pattern on Ravelry. I think I Googled it, and then it had a link to Ravelry, but no pattern came up. But it was pretty simple to kind of see what they were doing. So anyway, I have about maybe 2 cinder blocks left, and that's a length that he said is good for him. So I did work on something else. That was my car knitting, driving back and forth between our house and the summer house. So yeah, so I would like to find something that's going to, there, that shows the colors a little better, use up most of the yarn. So I'm on the search. Anyway, so I do need to find a pattern for that. The other thing that is in the queue is, I gotta put those down. So yeah, if you guys know like of a three skein shawl, let me know. The other thing is, apparently, speaking of 3 skein shawls, Helen Stewart is doing a mystery knit along, and the first mystery knit along I did was the starting point cal, which started off well and then ended up getting frogged because I think I did the first 3 clues, and then I was about to start clue 4 and realized that I needed to, you had to do 2 pieces. So you get 1 clue and you'd have to do it twice because you were going to join the 2 pieces in the end. And I only had time through the week to get like 1 of the pieces done. So I got 1 of clue 1, 1 of clue 2. And then when I got to clue 4, I realized, okay, I've got to start to join them, I think, on the next one. And I didn't have any of the other ones, and I thought there's no way I'm going to like make it in time to get to the, you know, to the end of the cal and have these done. So I decided to set it aside, and in the meantime I made the girl from the grocery store shawl, and the colors I used were pretty similar to what I was using in my starting point cal, and I thought, well, it feels a little redundant now to do the starting point cal and have it look almost the same as the girl from the grocery store one. So I ended up frogging it. I did keep it for a while because I thought maybe I won't. Maybe I will finish it because I loved it. It was a fun knit, and I, you know, learned some new skills on it that I hadn't used yet. But yeah, I frogged it. I feel better for it. I'm a better woman for it. So I haven't done another mystery cal, and I was debating whether or not to do this one. I just heard about it. I think Kristen on Volenvine, Yarngasm podcast, she had mentioned it because they used, she had done kits for it. So it starts, I think the first clue comes out today. So I was debating, and I thought, you know what? It uses 3 skeins. I can stash dive through my embarrassingly large stash of fingering weight yarn. And she suggests going kind of doing a light color, a medium color, and a dark color. And she said you know, I mean, you can pick out any, this is just her suggestions. She said that it's called the Impressionist Shawl. I think that's what she's calling it. Yeah, the Impressionist Shawl. So she said, you know, if you want to use speckles as well, that would add like a nice detail kind of in the Impressionist vein, I guess, that we're going for. So I did sign up. I signed up, and then I realized, no, you were supposed to dedicate your time to the sweater. But if I can get to the point of the sweater where it's just like stocking stitch going around, I can do that while I'm watching TV. And then this will be like my other time knitting, like when I take an hour to myself, usually in the evenings, and just do whatever on my own while watching a podcast. It's my podcast time. So I think I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna stash dive through the stash because I've got fingering weight. There's another basket over here of fingering weight. Then I've got my fingering weight singles. So I'm sure I can find 3 skeins of yarn to use and I don't have to purchase any. So yeah, so I'm actually looking forward to that because I have some of Helen Stewart's patterns and I love them and I keep wanting to get going on one of them and I just haven't yet for no particular reason. But yeah, so look forward to it. That's in the queue. The other thing in the queue is once I finish the socks for my sister, I am going to cast on my Teal It Like It Is. This was from my last update. My Teal It Like It Is yarn. So I made a couple for myself as well because I love this color. So it's like teal and a really like springy green. It's got speckles on it. There's still plenty left in the shop if you want to get it. So I've caked it up, and I've caked it up on my 80-20 base. This one's the 80-20 base. This one's the classic 75-25 sock. So here we go. So this is my 80-20, my rustic sock base. It's got a high twist to it. So this is, I haven't tried this knitting with this yet. So that's going to get started. Probably if I can get the sock done maybe today or tomorrow. Sometime next week. Because this is usually my, in the mornings I usually write until about 8 o'clock, 7:45, and then I'll usually take about 20 minutes, half an hour, and do a little sock knitting before I go to the office. So that's usually when I do that. So that's my Teal It Like It Is colorway that I saved a couple for myself. So that's in the queue. And I think that's kind of everything that's in the queue right now. Sounds about right. So yeah, acquisitions. I did. What did I buy? Yes. So my local yarn store got some Handmaiden Aura bundles in. So this is basically, and I'm going to throw my glasses on for this again. This is a 50-gram skein of Handmaiden angel hair and 100-gram of the Handmaiden mini maiden. So the angel hair is 70% kid mohair, 30% nylon, and the Mini Maiden is 50% silk and 50% wool. It's so soft. So I got this one, which just reminds me of water. Like you can see, Gotta get the tags out of the way here. Hang on. Like, it's just, look at this, people. It's so pretty. So this one, I hadn't intended on getting this one. I saw this one first. Look at all the golds. And, oh, like, it's just so pretty. You got, like, kind of a nice sort of mild brownie color here. The goldy marigold here. Some kind of green, spring green here. It's just, I saw this and I was like, oh my god, this is just amazing. So when you unbundle it, you have like the two separate skeins and then you just knit them together. So I couldn't decide because I saw this, but this just reminded me of water and it was just so pretty that I had to have both. I mean, it's not like I was going to die if I didn't get them, but I would have cried. I might have done the ugly cry. No. I'm really not that emotional. But it would have been disappointing. So yeah, I've gone from I would have died to it would have been really disappointing. But look at those. Like, oh, and they're so soft. I think one of these is going to be a bias shawl. I have the pattern for that I got a little while ago. And it's kind of made for these. I don't know for these specifically, but for kind of this type of yarn. And I can't remember who made that, but when I start to do it, I will dig it out and show you. But yeah, these are gorgeous. And these are by Handmaiden, who I love. I love their yarns. So yeah, maybe I'll do two bias shawl, cowls. It's cowl, sorry, not a shawl. Did I say shawl? I don't know. Anyway, this was my purchase. I did get one other thing. So, move those down there. Grab some semi-tasteless tea. It's not that bad. It's just not my thing. I bought this. Honestly, people, if you'd like, I may not have to go to the gym. This is, I didn't buy the original book, but I always wanted it. And then when I saw the new one, I was like, oh my god, it's literally, first off, and this is dumb, but really, like the grays and blues on the cover. It's like, I saw the cover and I wanted it. It's got everything. It's got like stuff in here that I would have never even thought of on how to do it. Like, but the other thing, one thing in here is it talks about, I don't know if I'm in the, it kind of gives you some help as far as designing, and I really have got the design bug biting my butt lately. So I've designed a couple things in the past just for my own use. I have a pair of fingerless mitts that I did that I would really like to kind of improve that pattern, but I've also want to start doing some hats and some shawls. So I'm hoping this will kind of give me the little more know-how on how to do that. So it's got like lots of tips and tricks and just, it's insane. It's insane how much stuff is in this book. So yeah, that was my, I ordered it off of, they didn't have it in my local bookstore. So I went on to Amazon and it was on back order on Amazon. So I thought, well, I'll just get it and then when it comes in. So I had to wait a little bit for it to come in off back order, but finally did. So yay! Yay! Those are my two kind of big purchases. So actually that was like really, I think that was my only purchase. Oh, I did buy the navy There, that one. I did buy that this week, last week. And that was it. I was relatively well behaved. Whatever. Uter understands. Yeah, so that's kind of it. That's all we have for the knitting. Oh, that's all we have for the knitting, but I have a few skeins of yarn. I was playing in the dye pots yesterday because I was doing the yarn up for Angelic Embers, who won the 1 year Pod-aversary, where I designed the yarn for the winner. They had, for anybody who entered, you just kind of gave me 2 ideas of 2 skeins of yarn that you would like, and then I would design the winners, one of the winner's choices, and they would get the yarn. So give me a second, I'm going to grab that. We're not skeined up yet. I may try to skein it up. Or hang on. Okay. So I was playing around in the dye pots, just trying out some new colorways. So these will be in the shop probably within the next week. I'm not going to do an actual like shop update. I don't have names picked out for these yet. Well, sorry, I do for 2 of them. But for the most part, I'm just going to do this up loosely skeined. So this is just like a blue speckled one. I wanted to see how that turned out, and I really liked it. I'm trying to improve my speckling technique a bit to just to kind of just improve it, really. Because it's not quite where I want it to be. There's some things I'd like to be able to do, and I haven't quite figured out a good way of doing them where it's consistently turning out the way I want. Sometimes I can pull it off, and other times it doesn't. So this was mostly just kind of me playing around in the dye pots, other than the one that was for Nicole at Angelic Embers. So, oops, this one turned out really fun because I was trying to do something completely different, and as soon as I had the base, I realized, no, it's the wrong shade for the base that I was trying to get. So I had some fun, and this one is mermaid scales. So it's got all these kind of crazy little pops of color in the blues. So there's a few of those that will be going into the shop. There's two of these. I think I just did 2. Yeah, I did 2 of those. So these are just like going to be really small amounts. This was, oops, these are some crazy blue shades. So I have a few that are like, I think I have 3 of these as well. These are just literally just like all these different kind of shades and tones of blue. Let's see here. I don't know how well the different shades are sort of showing up here, but you can kind of see here it's some darker and light. So I think I'm calling these ones Deep Blue Sea. There's a few of those. There's only 2 of these. So it's like a nice sort of mild lilac, semi-solid base to it. It's got like different variations, and then it's got some blue. It was all about the blues yesterday. So that there's a couple of those that are, oops. So that's got some blue speckles and different shades of lilac in it. So if anybody's wondering what these are, this is how I tell what my bases apart when I put them in the dye pot, based on how many knots are in the thing. And then it also gives me something to grab to pull them out and help keep them from getting tangled up. So there's a few of that one. And then this one is the base I did for the contest winner for the 1-year Pod-aversary, Angelic Embers. So she had wanted a kind of a cream base. So with some antique rose and mauve and speckles. I don't know if I've got this twisted in a way that it will actually show that up. So let's see if I can. So it's got like this nice kind of champagne cream base. It's got some mauve going through it. It's got some speckles. I'm going to take this apart just so you can actually see. So this kind of shows it's got like some mauve, it's got some green speckles going through it and some purple speckles going through it. So it's a little hard to so this is sort of a bit of a preview. I've never actually, usually if I'm just using a paler base, I just use the bare base. So this was the first time I've actually kind of dyed it. And I don't know if it shows up very well on here, but it is like a kind of a nice soft creamy color. And then the other colors over top of it. Here's like a good little speckled area. Then there's some here. So this is going to be called Angelic Embers, and I'm sending a couple of the skeins to Nicole, who is the winner, and then there'll be, I think, 2 skeins left over going up in the shop. So that is about everything. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not doing like a shop update this day and time. I'm just going to throw these up in the shop. Oops. And so they'll probably be up by next weekend. And I don't think I'll have anything else going up in the shop next weekend, just because the next week is going to be a short week and it's going to be super busy. So I probably will not have time to get to the dye pots again for another couple of weeks. So that's it for the shop and for so Nicole, you'll have your skeins coming at you. The sun's starting. No, the sun's not starting to come out. I just noticed like the more light. The sun's moving. It does that. Anyway, so that was it for shop update. And let's see. That just gets us on to the what's going on? Well, like I said, I took a long weekend, extra long weekend, 5-day weekend. You know what? Every weekend needs to be a 5-day weekend because I get so much done. And I get so much done, but there's still so much left to do. And I'm like, that's a clear indication that I need 5-day weekends on a regular basis. And I'm wondering how I can convince my boss of that and still pay me the same amount of money. Whatever. No? So, I spent Thursday, which was my first day off, doing the yarn dyeing and just kind of playing around. And I had some ideas in my head of what I wanted to do. And the first batch of that didn't turn out. That was the one that ended up being the mermaid one. But I have to say, what I got out of this, I love it. But I don't know if I can reproduce it, because when I realized I'd used the wrong color for the base to get what I had originally planned, I just started going a little crazy. So I don't know. And I wasn't really writing stuff down. I mean, I know the colors I used. I just don't know. I wasn't really paying too much attention to how much of it I used. Like, so I don't know. I don't know. I may try though. It was pretty labor intensive. It was like 3 rounds to get all of that in. But I love how it looks. So let me know if that's something you guys might want to see some more of in the shop, and I'll give it a go at reproducing it. So that was my Thursday, and I think that's pretty much all I did. I spent like the entire afternoon. In the morning I ran some errands. I met with my accountant to get my taxes done, which should be a lot of fun this year because it's my first year doing the LOCH BRIAR knits, the hand dyeing yarn. Then there's like my regular day job, and then there's my writing income, which is like kind of self-employment. So it's the LOCH BRIAR knits yarns. But so anyways, I met with my accountant and I was like, have fun. Talk to you in a few days. So, and then I wanted to get that done because then on next Friday, my husband and I are meeting with our investment advisor, because I want to retire early. And so in order to do that, we need to, and by retire early, I just mean from the day job. I would still do the writing and the yarns. But in order to do that, I need to know, like, how much money do I need to be shoving away between now and then? And is that something that's feasible? So we're going to meet with them and devise a plan and then see if we can actually do the plan. So, you know, early retirement could be 5 years, it could be 7 years, I don't know. I'm really hoping that it's more like closer to the 5. I don't think it will be. I think it'll probably be more like 7, 8. Still, knowing that there's a definite end in sight makes me a happy camper. So, yeah. What else has been going on? We've been getting the summer house ready. We had all the IKEA furniture delivered a few weeks ago. We've spent last weekend putting stuff together, and yesterday we did put 2 more beds together, and we did a dresser and something else. And then we're going back there today to get, there's like the 2 twin beds we got have 2 drawers that go under each of them. So we're going to put that together. We're going to put the TV stand together, and there's an end table. We're going to put that together, and then tomorrow we're going to go back and put together the final bed. We have to disassemble one bed that's already there and take that down. It's like an old bed, and take that down to the basement because we're going to set up we're going to use that as an extra bed if we have a lot of people over. There's always, you shove somebody down the basement, it's finished. It's not like, so we have to dismantle that, take it down, and then put the other bed, the final bed, together. And then I think we're kind of done all of the furniture assembly. I bought all of the bedding, so I have to put all the bedding on the ones that are made today as well. So it's almost ready for us to actually be able to use. My father-in-law is sending down living room furniture, and then we have to get the interwebs set up and the cable. so then we're good to go. So my first thing is I'm going to have a group of friends down for a writing retreat in May. So yeah, so that's pretty much what my life is consisted of. I can put together IKEA furniture now like nobody's business. I may have hit pro status. I may hire myself out. I'm not going to hire myself out, but I'll cheer you on. You can do it. And that's everything. I think that's pretty much all that's been going on. So I'm going to let you guys go. Thanks so much for showing up, all you new viewers. I hope you come back again and visit us. Returning viewers, thanks so much for showing up every episode. And don't forget to hit the, I forget which side it's on. It's the side. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up to help get the word out, and subscribe if you want to be notified of when the next episodes come out. And until then, I will see you guys in a couple weeks, and happy knitting, and hopefully I will have much progress on the sweater to show you next time, and some new cast-ons. So I will see you guys in a couple of weeks. See you later.
From night comes this October